Welcome back to another edition of Our City. A few things going around the city of Elizabeth this week. On Wednesday, March 25th at 7 o'clock, I'll join Councilman Joseph Keenan and other members of the community at a 3rd Ward meeting block watch. This one's at the Elmore Library on West Grand Street in Elizabeth. On Thursday, March 26th at 7 o'clock, Councilman Frank Mazza will host a 6th Ward for neighborhood block watch. Will be held at the Peterstown Community Center on Palmer Street. And following that meeting, the 5th Ward will have another one at Blessed Sacrament Church, located on North Avenue in Elizabeth. Also, the 3rd Ward that evening will have another block watch meeting held at the Elmore Racket Club at 23 Fernwood Terrace in Elizabeth. On Friday, March 27th at 12:30, the Women's History Month program and an awards luncheon at Dolce Restaurant on Broad Street. This luncheon culminates a week-long event, and as part of that event, I'll present certificates to women who successfully completed the 4 days of career workshops. For more information, contact Grace at 820-4130. On Saturday, March 28th at 7 o'clock, the Portuguese Instructive Social Club will be celebrating the Rancho de Portugal's 31st anniversary. This is their dance group. It will be held at the Portuguese Club on Route 1 and 9 in Grove Street. This folklore dance is composed of roughly 200 children who range in the age from 5 to 20 years old. For more information, call 355-1222. And also that evening, the Elizabeth Columbian Lions Club will host their 28th anniversary gala dinner dance. It will be held at Costa del Sol Restaurant in Union. There's a $50 donation, including sangria, house wine, beer, along with music by DJ Guillermo Ledesma. For more information, call 355-9580. For more information concerning these events or any other events, please call our Public Information Office at 820-4124. And for the first part of this show, I'm pleased to be joined by Alonzo Jones, who's a events coordinator in the city of Elizabeth and also fills in for me once in a while when I'm out of town hosting this show. Alonzo, welcome to the show.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Is it good to be over there or over here?
I like your seat better.
You like my seat better?
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
When were you here last?
Ooh.
Last year, I guess.
Last around November, October, around that time.
October, yeah. And then I came back after the election.
Right.
Well, it's good to see you, Alonzo.
My pleasure. Congratulations.
Thanks. It's been that long, huh?
Yeah.
You know, the city is holding an Elizabeth Idol competition. That's this is something that you actually thought up, and you brought the concept to my office, thought it would be a good idea engaging young people in our city. And this is the 2nd year we're doing it, I believe?
This is the 2nd year, and we're doing it in conjunction with the Bureau of Tourism, Culture, and Heritage Affairs. And it's open to youth throughout the city of Elizabeth, grades 1 through 11. And we're just trying to somewhat mimic what you see on television and give the students of Elizabeth a chance to showcase their talents.
Now, I've never watched the show on television, but it's based on the same format as what we referred to as American Idol?
Right, exactly.
And how does that work?
Well, the students submit the application, and we tell them when and where to meet us. And when they get there, they'll be greeted by 3 stern-faced judges, similar to what you see on television, who will critique their talents and tell them, yes, they have it, or maybe they don't have it, and let them continue on to and narrow it down to one final candidate.
Now, did we tell like a 4th grader that they're just not cut out to do this?
Well, unfortunately, yes, you have to. And some folks, just like the show, just don't have it. And it's a hard thing to do, but unfortunately, anytime you have a talent competition, someone has to win and someone has to lose.
Man, I'd be devastated if somebody told my 4th grader or my 3rd grader that you just don't have it and you can't do this. I mean, it takes a lot for these kids to get up in front of the judges, don't it?
This is true, but you just can't say it the way they do it on television. I mean, these are people who consider themselves to be professionals, so I guess you can be a little bit harsh with them, but you have to be very gentle and very delicate with the children.
Oh, so it's a lot easier done. It's not done as mean as it's done. I mean, I've never seen it, but from what people talk about it the next day, they're really nasty at times.
Yeah, they can be harsh. I've seen adults walk away crying and this, that, and the other, so you definitely don't want that to happen, although, you know, children...
Now, in your other life, you're a performer.
Yes, I am a performer.
You know, what happens if people did that to you, Alonzo?
At this point, I'd probably still go in a corner and cry. Just wouldn't tell anybody. But, you know, people walk away with tough skin, but you don't know what's underneath there.
I mean, before the show started, you told me you were in Atlantic City opening up for Sinbad.
That was last weekend at the resorts, and I had a great time, and a good friend of ours was there and surprised me in the audience.
And that was?
Ida
Jane Mazza was there.
Yeah.
And she recognized you as the opening act.
Yeah, and she yelled at, and to make a long story short, Sinbad was extra late, so I had to do like an hour and a half before him on stage. So, which is totally out of the norm.
So, Alonzo, do you have that much material?
That night I did. That night I did. So I was sweating bullets, but it was a miracle.
Sinbad, thank you for covering for him?
Over and over, and he came out and did an hour after he did an hour and a half. So go figure.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, maybe you'll get to go back for another Sinbad show.
I hope so.
Is the requirements to participate in the Elizabeth Idol? First, you said 1st to 11th grade of the age groups.
Right.
What is the process? Or applications, interview, anything like that?
Well, we sent out applications throughout the schools, and we're still going to accept them at the sites. We're going to hold auditions at each recreation site here in the city of Elizabeth. So if you haven't done so yet, please come out and still audition. We don't want to turn anyone away. We want to give everyone a chance. But at that point, just submit your application. We ask for a song that's appropriate for the public, and we're going to let our judges take it from there. So.
Are you a judge?
No, I'm not a judge.
Okay.
We have Mr. William Reyes. He's one of our judges. Last year we had Stan Neron and also Edwina Jones. So.
And I met you being a judge, if you
That's
remember.
Right.
20-some-odd, 30 years ago almost.
I thought it was like 15 years ago.
No, it's a lot longer than that. It was the early 1980s.
No, I was in my
20s.
I was in my 20s. That was about 15 years ago. That was about 15 years ago.
No, it was in the early 1980s, maybe 83, 84. You're
telling my age. I'm trying to.
Yeah, you were at the Ritz Theater trying to do a gig, and I was a judge, and that's how we met.
And that was probably my first or second time doing the stand-up piece, though.
Yeah, you all dressed up in a tux that day. I'll never forget that. You still fit in the same tux.
I wish I did, man. I saw the picture of it. I almost cried. So,
do all the contestants compete individually, or can groups participate?
This is for individuals only, solo acts.
And where do the competitions take place?
We're going to have them at each recreation center at the Miller Evans Logan, and that'll be tonight, actually Monday the 23rd. After that, we're going to the Frederick Slavin Center, then on to the Elmore Racket Club, O'Donnell Dempsey, and also to the Mickey Walker Center. So if anyone wants to join up, just call 820-4238.
Can the public play a part in this?
Well, after the competition, the first and second round will probably open up to the finals, so they can just watch the finals take place.
Now, I remember the young lady that won last year.
Jilliana Vera.
Jilliana, and she performed the Star Spangled Banner and some other songs at other city events. And she was a young girl, 5th or 6th grade, I believe, had a remarkably beautiful voice. What are there perks of winning the Elizabeth Idol concert?
Giuliani was a rare find. She was outstanding. And what happens after you win is you have the opportunity to showcase your talents throughout the city at various events. We're talking about the summer concert series that was over maybe 8 or 9 shows that she had a chance to showcase, and she became a town favorite. People came out, cheered, requested her, gave her requests for songs the following week. She also had a chance to perform at different parades and festivals throughout the city. So she has been very, very busy throughout the year.
We had her on the TV show here once, too.
Yes.
And we talked about it. And she, at the Midtown concert series, whenever you went by, she'd always sing a song. Her mother was always there, and she came across extremely poised.
Yeah, and to be so young, I was shocked to hear her voice to be so professional and so well polished. So she was a rare find, and I wish her the best.
Now, will she be around this year? Or
yes, she will. She's going to help us in various forms, and also probably come back and perform a few extra times.
What did she sing last year? Do you remember?
She sang a litany of songs. I'm trying to remember one or two. One was one by Neil, I'm So Sick of Love Songs, and there was one that she did was a traditional, I think it was Portuguese song, and I'm trying to remember. I forgot the name of it, but it was a crowd pleaser, and every time she sang it, everyone just jumped to their feet and clapped and sang along with her. So,
now, switching gears a little bit, you're also involved in the Run for Children, and there's a Walk Elizabeth. What are the applications available?
Well, the Run for Children, the applications are now available online, and this year's Run for Children will take place on Sunday, April 26th, rain or shine. We kick off in front of the Union County College on East Jersey Street, and we start there at 9 a.m. There's a 5-mile run, a 3-mile fun walk, and a 100-yard dash for the kids. So applications are available on the city's website, which is www.elizabethnj.org, or you can dial 908-820-4050.